Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Yoga with Krystal. Hi, everyone from CBRC. I miss you guys, and you're the reason why I'm doing this. So I hope you enjoy. I have a little Hatha Vinyasa flow for us. We're going to start out, if you have a bolster or even just a couple pillows or a rolled blanket that you can shape kind of like a bolster, we'll start out just laying down on that bolster. And there are times I'll be facing the front just so you can see what I'm doing, but feel free to stay lengthways on your mat. So we'll get started. Just kind of relax down onto your bolster or your blanket. If you want to have water nearby, feel free to pause, grab some water, grab blocks or a strap or towel, whatever you like to have close by when you practice, and just start to settle in. Start to let your shoulders really open up. Just feel them relaxing down towards your mat. Start to work your shoulder blades down your spine a little bit. And allow your ankles to just spill open. Start to focus in on your breath. Long, deep inhalations and exhalations through your nose. As you breathe in, draw the breath all the way down into the chest, into your belly. Let your belly rise first, then your chest, and last, feel it in your throat. As you exhale, let the belly fall. Feel that breath escape from the chest. Start to let go of your thoughts, your worries, your to-do list. Just letting it be. Gently turn our head over to the right. And back to center. Then to the left. And back to center. Inhale the arms up overhead. Stretch the body out. Point your toes. Reach the legs away. Exhale, arms by your side. Starting to feel connection, movement with breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Fingers are sparked. Feel the energy all the way through your arms, through your fingertips. Exhale, down by your side. Inhale, reach it up and over. Engage your core. Feel your abdominal muscles. Exhale, arms by your side. Last one. Gently roll onto our right side, releasing our bolster out from the side. And then finding a seated position. Crossing, just notice what leg you have crossed in front. We'll sit up nice and tall, and as you exhale, start to hinge forward. If you have a lot of flexibility and you want to try, you can always stack your top foot, your front foot on top, so that you get a little deeper stretch through your hip and outer glute. Maybe you start to reach your arms a little bit further, wiggling those fingers, walking them forward. Maybe you have enough flexibility that you can bring your forearms all the way down to the mat. Just let your head kind of melt down towards the mat. Try to release the tension you're holding on to throughout your body. Notice the tension in your right hip or left, depending on which foot is on top. Breathe into that space. Create space there. Exhale, Releasing any tension, let it go. On the next exhale, walk yourself back up to a seated position, and we'll switch sides. Bring the left leg in front or on top. If you flex your foot, it also helps to just kind of protect that knee joint and stabilize it a little bit more. So that's up to you. You can see what feels best for you. Oftentimes I'll have my foot flexed, at least the first part of the posture. And as I start to relax into the posture, I might let that foot start to relax a little bit as well. Try to move with your breath. Honor your body. Know where you're at today. And just practice to that space. Know that every time you practice will be different, and that's okay. Start to walk our way back up to a seated position. And release your right foot out, left foot in. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the right using your core. Hinge forward and try to scoop the foot in a basket grip, all 10 fingers. If this is not in your practice today, that's okay. You can always use a strap around the ball of the foot, a towel, or grab for your ankle or calf. Wherever you're at today, just settle in. Feel your left hamstring or your right hamstring. Breathe into it. I know my left's from right. If you've been exercising throughout this quarantine, you might feel a little tight there. I know I am. Exhale, bring it back to center, and we'll switch sides. Right foot in, left foot out. Inhale, arms overhead, square up over the left foot. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, back up to center. Extend both feet out wide. And we'll start to hinge forward. If you begin to point your toes back towards the wall behind you, you'll feel a nice external rotation here. And that gives you a little more leverage to hinge forward just a little bit more. And gently begin to walk your way back up. We'll bring the feet in. Crisscross your legs and roll over onto all four for a few rounds of cat-cow. We'll warm up our spine for our practice this morning. Inhale. Gaze turns up, tailbone lifts, belly drops. Exhale, round through the spine, draw the belly in, point your tailbone down, let the crown of your head lengthen towards your mat. Inhale. Exhale. Move at your own pace with your breath. You can make your movements as little or as exaggerated as you like. There's no right or wrong way to this posture. Just let it flow organically. Another round or two and we'll meet back at a neutral spine. Inhale the right arm, lengthen, spark your fingertips, engage through the entire arm. Extend the left foot back. If this is enough, you're welcome to stay here. If you want a little more, raise the leg up in line with your core. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Really draw the abs in. Inhale, extend, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Once more, inhale, reach, activate. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale and hold. We'll take it out to the side and back to center. You can take it all the way out to the side or just at a diagonal, back to center. One more time. I kind of work in groups of 3 here as we warm up. Exhale, release, down to the mat. Inhale, left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, reach and hold. Bring it out to the side, creating that nice plus sign with your body. Back to center. Inhale, bring it out. Feel your core working to stabilize you. Exhale, back to center. Engage your arms and legs. Exhale it back to center and release. Left hand down. From here, we'll curl the toes under and send the hips high to our first downward facing dog. Feel free to walk your dog out if it feels good. So you're alternate bending the knees, pressing the opposite heel down towards the mat. You're getting a nice stretch through your calf, all the way up, maybe into your hamstrings even. Feel your tailbone lifting up towards the sky, and your fingers are spread wide like starfish. Even weight distribution between all 10 fingers. From here, we'll start to walk the feet forward towards our hands, coming into our first forward fold ragdoll. So your feet are about 2 fists width apart if you wanted to measure. And then just grabbing for opposite elbows. Let your pinkies rest in the crooks of your elbows. And let your head sway side to side. Let your upper body sway. If it feels good, you can rock a little bit back and forth. Feel the weight moving from the balls of your feet to your heels and back again. And check in. Notice if you're holding tension in your neck. Are you doing this? Try to let it go. Give yourself a gentle yes, no shake or small circles. One direction and the other. If you feel it on your back, you can always bend your knees. So do what feels best for you and your body today. Release your hands down to the mat and slowly inhale your way up. Rolling your shoulders a few times when you get there, up towards your ears, back and down. We'll take the arms in some wide circles as well. Warming up through our shoulders. And we'll pause and bring it the other way. Inhale, circle, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep. Exhale, bring it in. And once more like this. Inhale, circle, sweep, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And take a moment here just to pause. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. And if you'd like to set an intention or dedication to class, now is a good time to do so. Begin to open your eyes. Inhale, circle, sweep, arms overhead. Identify your right hand, and as you exhale, swoop the right hand under the left, crossing at the elbows and wrists. Palms come together, thumbs towards the face. Gently squeeze the arms together and draw your elbows down. Then sink down low. We'll find our eagle legs. Bring your right leg out to the side and then wrap it high up and over. The higher you get it to cross over, the more of a wrap you'll get, trying to wrap your toes all the way around your calf. If you have a mirror, which I would be impressed if you do, but if you have a mirror, your gaze is at your third eye center, middle of your forehead. I have a nice reflection in my TV here that I can kind of use as a mirror. But if you don't have a mirror, just focus your gaze on one tiny spot ahead of you, about where your third eye would be. When we focus our gaze on one speck, we can let everything else just drift away. That is our drishti, our focal point, and it helps with balance. Inhale, circle, sweep, arms overhead. Exhale, left hand swoops under right, creating eagle arms. Take a moment to set them up. And if you're ever tight in your shoulders, feel free to modify by just grabbing opposite shoulders. Sink it nice and low. Bring your left leg out and then high up and over, finding your eagle. We'll sink it down just a little bit lower. And activate, squeeze your arms and legs as tight as you can. Check in that you're aligned. Your wrists stack over your elbows, knees, and ankle. One straight line there. Squeeze, 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 and change. Inhale, circle sweep, arms overhead. Exhale, arms by your side. Take a minute just to let that first set integrate. We'll come into mountain pose, or your palms face ahead. Your feet can be together or slightly separated. See what feels best for you. And if you need a little sip of water, go for it. We'll take that Garasana eagle pose and we'll add on. Inhale, circle sweep, arms overhead. Exhale, right hand crosses under left. Sink it down low. Right leg high up and over. Squeezing your arms and legs, you're opening up all 26 major joints in the body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Imagine your back is pressed against a wall behind you. So you've got a flat back. Your core is drawing in. You're low in the legs. And we'll start to shift out of the legs. Straighten your left leg and gently begin to press your right foot back. Flex your foot. Imagine your heel is pressing the wall away from you. Draw your upper body down until you're in one straight line. Your head all the way to your right foot, and gently unravel your arms. Find your airplane wings. Here, if you have a block, feel free to use it, or prop. We're coming right into Halfmoon Vinyasa style. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat, and we'll gently step the right foot back, coming into a nice little runner's lunge here. So you can heel toe your left foot forward a bit. You should feel a really nice stretch here in your right hip flexor. And you can stay here or find a gentle twist by reaching left arm up towards the sky. Maybe your gaze turns up past those left fingertips. This feels good. You can stay. You can always drop the back knee to modify. And if you want to bring it into a half bind, bring that hand behind you. Inhale the arm back up and exhale it down. Release your back knee down and stretch it out. Ardhi Hanuman half splits. Flex the toes back towards the face so you feel a nice stretch through your entire back side of your left leg, all the way up through your hamstring. Inhale forward to your runner's lunge. You can keep the knee down or lift it up. For me, I'm going to modify keeping my knee down this morning. It feels better for me. Exhale, press back. You can let your upper body hinge forward over that leg, getting a little bit deeper into the hamstring. If you press your hip down on the left side and kind of imagine you're drawing it back towards the wall behind you, you'll feel the leg begin to lengthen as well. Last one, runner's lunge. Breathe space into your right hip. Exhale, Ardhi Hanuman. We'll come back. Here we'll set it up for warrior one. So you're spinning your back heel down, two heels in one line. Your back foot's at a 45-degree angle, and your front foot is pointed straight ahead. Inhale the arms overhead, fingers spark. Drop your shoulders down so they're not way up here by your ears, they're down. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Your back foot spins, so now it's parallel to the neck edge of your mat. Sink it low, sinking in and out of your warrior two lunge a few times. Flip the front palm, reach forward, and reverse your warrior. Exhale, swoop the arms. If it feels good, you can kind of windmill them. Breathing into it. Exhale. Inhale, reverse. Last one, exhale. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill your hands. Plant them on either side of the left foot. Take your left foot back and press back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs completely, and as you exhale, exhale like you're fogging a mirror. A nice cooling, cleansing breath. Inhale the heels high. Exhale the knees low. Look forward and step or hop, feet to the hands. Inhale to a halfway lift. Here, you want to engage your back muscles. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. If you have a sensitive low back, feel free to take a bend in the knees. You could even rest hands on the shins or blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Going into our opposite side, exhale, left hand swoops under right. Find your eagle arms. Sink it nice and low. Eagle legs, left leg out, high up and over. Take a moment to set it up. Try to even your shoulders so you're not letting your right shoulder bump up over your left. You're even there. Your back is nice and straight. Core is drawing in. Belly towards the spine. Sink it nice and low in your legs. Squeeze. And start to gently shift the weight into your right leg. Straighten through your right leg. That's your foundation here. Nice, strong quadriceps. Stabilizing you. Feeling your energy root down through all four corners of your right foot. When you're ready, unravel those arms. Find your airplane wings. See if you can drop your left hip down just a little bit more so your hips are now squared down towards your mat. Coming right into half moon. Left arm reaches up. Your left foot is flexed like it's standing on the back wall behind you. And it's normal to have a little more balance on one side than the other. Apparently I have more on my left side. Exhale, gently release. And we'll shift our weight back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale it down. From here, if you want to take a little twist, plant the left foot down, right hand extends. You are welcome to drop your back knee down. And gently release. Back knee down, straighten through the right leg, Hanuman, half splits. Keep flexing your right toes towards your face. Press down through your right hip and pull back slightly. Just notice how much a little change can make a big difference in the feeling. Inhale brings it forward to your runner's lunge. You should feel a nice stretch through your left hip flexor here. Sending your inhales all the way down to your left hip, creating space. Gathering up any tension you're holding on to there. We tend to store a lot of emotions in our hips, and that's part of the reason why they get so tight. So as you exhale, just let that go. Try to let go of anything that's not serving you. Exhale, extend the right leg back. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, press it back. Last time, move forward. And we'll curl the back toes under, start to straighten through the back leg, and press the back heel down onto the mat. So now you've got two heels in one line. Again, we're setting up for warrior one. You know where you're going. Inhale, arms up overhead. Fingers are sparked like you're holding a small ball. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Sinking in and out of your warrior two a few times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, windmill your arms. Not all the way down to the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back. Last one. Exhale, windmill your hands either side of your right foot. Drop the back knee down. Top of foot flat. We're going to come back to this because on the other side, I offered a half bind. So if you did on the other side, you can take your upper hand behind you and create that nice half bind. You notice how my shoulder draws back. So I'm getting a nice opening there in my right shoulder. And then gently release. Curl the left toe under and send the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Walk it out a few times left and right. From here we'll come back to child's pose. Plant your knees down about mat width apart. Big toes touching. And press back. Hips towards your heels. You can shift your weight side to side if it feels good. Start to open up through your hips. And just relax down into your child's pose. You can rest forehead on the mat, on a block or towel. And if you want to grab a little water, go for it. We'll come into a little shoulder stretch while we're here, because it's one of my favorite. If you take my class, you know they're all my favorite. So bring your right hand and thread it underneath the left armpit. So your right cheek comes all the way down to the mat. Your palm can be face down or face up. See what feels best for you. Exhale, right hand back to center and left hand threads underneath. Exhale the left hand back to center. And let's start to walk the hands in a little bit. Setting up for Ardha Karmasana, half tortoise. Inhale the arms overhead, palms pressed together, thumbs crossed. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Try to hinge at the waist and keep your hips as close to your heels as possible. Come all the way down until the knife edge of your pinky connects to the mat. And then gently begin to press your forehead down into the mat until the tip of your nose just barely touches the mat. If you have tight shoulders, you can rest your forearms down on the mat. If not, try to keep your arms straight and engaged. Posture is very rejuvenating. Some say that 15 minutes in this posture can be equal to one night's sleep. So if you're ever suffering from insomnia, try this posture out. Begin to engage your core, sink your hips down towards your heels as you inhale your way up. And exhale, arms by your side. Nice work. Come forward and then we'll reach our feet out long in front of us. And we'll just start to roll down. We're about halfway through, so we'll take a mini Shavasana here, is what I like to call it, where we allow our body to just start to rejuvenate. You're coming into a resting posture, and this is one that you can use anytime if you're feeling fatigued in your practice, if you're new to practice, or if you've taken a long break. Just give yourself permission to come back here. Fix your gaze on one tiny speck on the ceiling above you, or sky. Walk your shoulder blades down your spine. Let your palms face the sky. And let your ankles spill open. Try not to let your mind wander. Try not to let those thoughts creep in. Sometimes this is one of the hardest postures of all. So we tend to be go, go, go in our minds and bodies. And coming back to a slow, steady pace and being present in the moment can be a challenge. It sometimes helps to place a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart center. Maybe feel the rise and fall of your chest and belly with your breath. Feel your heart rate start to come back to normal. And by allowing ourselves to slow down and be present in the moment, it's a gift in so many ways. But by also focusing in and allowing ourselves to breathe deeply through our bellies, we're sending our bodies are sending our brain a message saying it is okay. Everything is okay. And this can help greatly to reduce anxiety. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing back a little sensation. Pavana-Muktasana, wind-removing poses next. Invite your right knee in and release all 10 fingers, 2 inches below the knee on the shin. And as you exhale, draw the knee out and around your rib cage towards your shoulder. So imagine your knee's going to connect to your shoulder. You're using your bicep muscles here to pull, pull, pull. This is an active posture, working the ascending colon, so good for your digestive system. And change. Release right leg down, left leg in, interlace opposite fingers on top, opposite thumb. Draw that knee out and around the rib cage. If it feels good, you can roll your ankles out. You pull, pull, pull. Also, fingers working hard in the grip to help prevent or improve arthritis. And change. Inhale the arms overhead. Working into a transitional sit-up. Cross the thumbs, feet flexed. Inhale up and double exhale. Reaching down for your toes. And then we'll turn over onto our bellies for a little bit of spine strengthening work. So coming all the way down onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, fingertips in line. Tops of feet are down, pressing down into the mat, and the legs are zipped up tight like one long mermaid fin behind you. Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana. Inhale. Begin to lift up off the mat using just your back strength here. Exhale. Release down. Imagine you're rolling a marble away with your nose. Inhale. Lift up. If your weight is in your hands and you're doing this, come back to a point where you can lift your hands off the mat. Just test yourself. If you've been practicing a while and you want to extend your posture by pressing down a little bit, you can go for it. You just never want to feel that pressure in your low back. So if you start to feel that, back off, come down. Exhale, back down. One last time. Inhale, give it all you've got. Use your back strength here to lift up, look up, go up. And change, release. Arms by your side, left ear to the mat, and let it go. This is your belly down Shavasana. So you've just got a few seconds here to recoup in between the postures. By releasing our arms down by the sides, we're allowing our heart to pump blood easier throughout our body. And improving the circulation will improve oxygenation to our muscles and just help the body restore everything it needs to. Extend your arms out to the sides. Setting up for a locust pose. Inhale, arms up, legs up. Imagine if you have a mirror in front of you, you see your feet behind you. So lift your legs up. Are they up to head height? Are your arms up to head height? Lift up, look up, go up, and change. Release it down. One more time. Inhale, lift up, reach up, look up, go up. Hold there. Bring the arms out in front of you. Imagine you're tossing a ball and catch. And toss and catch. One more time. Toss and catch. And release it down. Right ear to the mat, arms by your side. Let it go. Another one of my favorites, full locust pose, Purnasallabhasana. So you're rolling on to both of your arms. Your palms are face down like you're about to bunt a volleyball. I'll show you. Your palms, you want them face down. You want your entire elbows underneath you. This is a really hard posture at first. You might feel a lot of sensitivity in your elbows, and it's a great posture to release all the tension in your tendons here. If you spend a lot of time typing or doing the same things over and over, repetitive motion damages our tendons and causes tendonitis and things like that. So this posture is really great for that. You want to try to work both elbows underneath your body. So rocking one side first and then the other. And then here it's important not to turn your head or neck in this posture. So your chin stays connected to the mat. Relax your legs. Then point your right toe and engage your right leg. Lift, right leg up. Keep pressing both hip bones down into the forearm as you point the toe towards the back wall. And lift, lift, lift. And change. Release it down. Shake it out. Let it go. Point the left toe. Engage and lift. Left leg high. Lift it up as high as you can. One more inch. Straight leg. No bend in the knee. And change. Here we'll wiggle the hands down a little further towards the knees if you need. Connect the mouth to the mat as if you're about to kiss the mat. Zip both legs up tight. One long mermaid fin here. Prepare to lift both legs. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, lift. And change. Release it down. Arms come out to your side. Right, or left ear to the mat. And let it go. Our back strengthening postures. These are postures that help us walk taller, do all the activities we love to do longer in life. So always giving 100% effort here. Last of our back strengthening series, bow pulling pose, Dhanurasana. So you can bring the feet towards the glutes and then grab hold of the tops of the feet if that's in your practice. If not today, you can always try a strap or towel around the tops of feet or one at a time, because we'll do 2 sets. So as you inhale, fill your lungs, and as you exhale, begin to press the toes up towards the sky. You'll feel both shoulders begin to open. You're creating a nice teardrop shape with the body, anchoring the belly down to your mat as you lift. Look up, go up, reach up. Try to keep the knees no further than hip distance apart. One more inch, and change. Release it down, arms by your side, right ear to the mat, and let it go. I don't know about you, but I feel my heart rate rising a little bit. So that's good. We're working. Bring your feet back, second set. So you've got an option. If you had both feet last time and you want to try rocking horse, grab the ankles and flex the feet. If you did one side, then this is your chance to do the other side. Always trying to even our practice. So if you're in for rocking horse, your thighs anchor onto the mat. Begin to kick the feet back towards the wall behind you, lifting the chest up off the mat. Breathe through the posture. Soften the muscles in your face. Even smile. It's fun, right? Inhale. One more inch. Push yourself. Find your edge. And change. Release it down. Left ear to the mat. And let it go. Try to focus in on slowing your breath. As we control our breath and slow it down, we're able to slow our heart rate down too. Exhale, press the hips back, child's pose. Feel that nice back release. A little thank you for all of its hard work. And grab some water if you'd like. coming into some final stretching here. So I'm going to use my strap for this one. Coming into staff pose, straightening the legs, flexing the toes back towards your face, and scooting off the soft part of the sit bone, or the soft part of the glutes onto your sit bones. Take your strap or towel, or whatever you like. If you have more flexibility, grab for your peace sign fingers for your big toes. If you don't have a strap or towel, you can grab for your ankles or calves. I like using my strap here because I'm able to sit up a little bit taller. So here you just want to focus on keeping a nice straight spine. Wherever you're at, try to straighten through your spine. So you're gently pressing your chest forward, you're pressing your tailbone into the mat, and you're even pressing down through the soft part of your knees. So you're really activating the stretch in your hamstrings and in your calves. Staying for a few breath cycles helps our muscles to relax, and eventually our brain starts to tell our body and vice versa that we're okay and we can start to relax a little bit. And that's why sometimes after you've held a posture for a few breaths, you can come forward just a little bit more. You can come a little deeper into those postures. And in yoga, small movements make a big, big difference. Small adjustments. So you always want to focus on form and never forfeit form to try to go deeper into a posture. If you feel like you're reaching forward but now your spine's rounding, then come back to a place where you can hold a nice straight spine. And change. Take your right knee in, hug it in. You're welcome to stay right here. If you have a little more flexibility in the hip, you could cross it over. Take your right hand behind you like a kickstand, nice and tall, and wrap that knee with your left hand, with your left arm, and gently lift upward. Feel the crown of your head lengthen towards the sky, and allow your neck to start to turn towards the right. Not cranking your neck, but just allowing it to follow the curve of the spine. Here we're coming into a nice twist, deepening the twist. We're allowing our body to expel toxins. It's like we're wringing our intestines out and all those abdominal organs. We're wringing them out, getting rid of those toxins. So as you go throughout the day, drink lots of water to help get rid of them. Bring the right leg back down, left leg in. Take a moment to set it up. You did on the other side, you can cross it over. But when you cross it over, just take notice. If your left hip starts to reach up off the mat, then you know you're better off to stay right here. Nice and tall through the spine, hugging the left knee with your right arm. Left hand behind you. Reach up nice and tall and exhale, twist. Sending some love to our spine, our back, for all of its hard work. And change, release it down. Wide-legged forward fold, separating the legs out nice and wide. Again, if you turn your toes back, you'll get a little more leverage so you can come down a little further. Keeping a straight spine as you inch your way down. This is an active posture. We're actively working to deepen the stretch. We're actively working to keep our spine straight. From here, we can allow this posture to become a little more passive. So start to maybe wiggle your toes a little bit, let your legs relax, and then hinge forward. And allow your upper body to just kind of melt down towards your mat. If you have a block, you can even rest like forehead on the block or chest on the block. See what feels good for you. Gently start to walk your way back up. Here we'll bring the left leg in, right leg out. Inhale, circle, sweep arms overhead. Square off over the right leg, exhale, round forward. Here again, you're welcome to use your strap or towel. Your goal here is to get forehead to knee connection. So really tuck your chin in deeply toward your chest and see if you can draw your forehead all the way down to your knee. From there, try to straighten or bring your left shoulder down just a little bit so that both shoulders are even distance to your floor. By doing this, you're creating a gentle twist in your core, drawing your belly in towards your core. Eyes are focused on your tummy, making sure it's pulling in tight. Inhale, arms overhead. Release your left hand behind you. Inhale, modified wild thing. Press your hips up towards the sky. Reach your right arm up and over. Exhale, back down to the mat. Right arm reaches along the leg. Left arm reaches up and over. See if you can gently find that twist so you're pressing your chest up towards the sky, rotating just a little bit through your core. Inhale, back to center. We'll switch sides. Right leg in, left leg out. Inhale, arms overhead, interlacing opposite fingers, opposite thumb on top. Exhale, hinge forward, scooping the foot into all 10-finger basket grip. Like you did on the other side, tuck your chin deeply, get forehead to knee connection. By doing that, we're really pressing the forehead into the knee. We're massaging the pituitary gland located in the forehead, helping to rebalance hormones, helping to also rebalance our blood sugars, as we're massaging the thyroid gland in our neck, taking small sips of air in and out through the nose. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, your right hand down and reach. Hips towards the sky, left arm up and over. Feels so good to lengthen through our side bodies. Exhale, back down to the mat. Left arm glides along the leg. Right arm up and over. Inhale, back to center. And from here, we'll actually start to work our way down into either Shavasana, or if you'd like to join me with a happy baby before we head into our Shavasana, I like to just kind of massage the spine. So grabbing hold of the outsides or insides of your feet, press your feet into your hands and rock side to side. Just notice how different the posture feels when you start to press your tailbone down into the mat too. Start to elongate through your spine, creating some space between the vertebrae. Another one of my favorites. I love this posture. From here, you can extend the legs long when you're ready, finding that final Shavasana. If we didn't get to a posture you were hoping for, now is a good time to go for it. And if you want to use your bolster or blanket, you can set it up behind you. Sometimes I like to come into reclined butterflies, so bringing my feet together and allowing my knees to just start to splay open. I might bring a hand to the belly and one to the chest. Relax through the face. Relax through your upper body. to thank yourself for doing something kind for your mind, your body, and your spirit. You're welcome to stay here in your final Shavasana as long as you like. If you're feeling really great, no pressure, you're welcome to stay. If you'd like to seal your practice, gently rolling your way onto your side body, and then using your hands just to help guide you up to a nice tall seat, however you feel comfortable. You could be seated on a block or bolster or cross-legged. Take a moment just to soften your gaze, center your mind, feel the effects of the hard work you've done today. Inhale, circle sweep, arms overhead. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, circle sweep, gathering up all this good energy from all of our practices and capturing that in our hands. Bring it into your heart center. One more time, inhale. This time as you get there, when your hands get about a foot apart, pause. Envision the word peace in between your hands. Encapsulate that word and bring it into your heart center. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today, for allowing me to be a guide on your yoga journey. Namaste. Nice job, everybody. Great work. Join me again. I hope to see you all soon.